Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and Samsung has finally launched the update for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the Flip 6 for the November patch. Now this is a massive update, and hopefully I'll be able to find other things here where there's really nothing really given for any type of updates. But with something that is over a gig of update, this is 1,216 megabytes, where normally each month the update is right around 300, 400, maybe even 500 megabytes. So for this to be so large, there has to be more than just the regular software and security behind the scenes. Now this version ends in AXKB, and again, this is giving you that November 1st security patch. We're at the very end of November, so this is November 29th. So we'll actually go through and see if there's other updates that also comes along with this. So we'll take a look at not only this update, I'll take a look at some of these Samsung applications and services. We'll take a look at the Galaxy Store, as well as the Google Play System update, and also the meat and potatoes of this video, which is towards the end, which is the Samsung mobile security page. Now, before this one does the full update and for me to actually install it, let's first take a look at the Galaxy Store just to see if there's anything new sitting here. And it looks like there's actually a new version of the Galaxy Store itself. So we're going to go through, get it updated, and see what is sitting here. Sometimes when there's updates for Samsung applications and services, sometimes they'll actually just sit inside of the Galaxy Store. So instead of it actually being pushed out at the end of the month with this update right here, or the beginning of the month, sometimes they'll actually just sit inside. So let's again take a look inside of the Galaxy Store, see if there's any newer versions of Samsung applications and services in here. So you'll head over here and we have a bunch of updates. Now, the other thing is that I recently switched over to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So there is a few of these that could have been sitting there for maybe 5 days, maybe a week, and some of these could have been sitting here for just the last couple days. So now that the Galaxy Store has finished all of its updates, now we'll go right through. We'll get this one over, installed right here, and then we'll take a look at the Galaxy Store after this update. As I mentioned from before, sometimes with these updates, they'll actually have some of those updated Samsung applications just sitting there in the store, rather than adding it to the size of the update every single month. So at this point in time, this is usually where I like to state that if you're brand new here at the channel, Jimmy is Promo, you appreciate these tips, tricks, tutorials, and the latest information on your Samsung Galaxy devices, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell for notifications so you get notified for all future videos. And this is actually me at the very end of the video where I went through everything, and just to let you guys know immediately, there is a update with Samsung Keyboard, which is awesome because there was a bug when it comes down to the keyboard. And also too, I think that there's a lot more happening on the back end of this Fold, getting ready for Samsung One UI 7, which is probably why it is such a large update, because it could be something that we should hopefully be able to see, if not in December, then definitely 100% during the month of January. But let's head over into what I found going through right after the update had finished. So now that the update is done and complete, we'll take a look at a few Samsung applications and services. And before I actually take a look at it, when I take a look over on my right-hand screen over here, it does seem to be a little bit more smooth than what it was from before. So I don't know if there's a newer version for it, but definitely, at least for me, after this update, it seems to be a little bit more smooth, because there used to be kind of like a little stutter step moving to the right-hand side. But anyways, taking a look at Samsung Galaxy Home, we'll just see, or Samsung One UI Home, we'll see if there is a newer version. Before the update, it was 15.5.035, so 15.5.035. So no new version there, which I'm a little surprised, but that's okay. When it comes down to the Samsung camera, the update is 14.1.0166, so 14.1.0166, so no new version there for the camera. We'll take a look at the Samsung Gallery, see if there's a new version there. So it was 15.5.024, 15.5.024, so nothing new there. Now we'll take a look at Samsung Notes. I mean, for a lot of these, I just kind of pick random applications to take a look at, just see if there is anything there. So this version before there was 4.4.23.25, so it looks like the exact same version there, so no new version of Notes. And then we'll also take a look at Keyboard. So if we go inside of the settings, moving down to About Keyboard, the version before this, right before this update, was 5.9.0.0.52. This one's 5.9.0.0.69. So there is a new version of Samsung Keyboard. So maybe that was what held some of that data, or some of that size of the monthly update. So there is a new version of Samsung Keyboard. Now we'll go back inside of the Galaxy Store just to see if there is anything sitting here. Remember, before this, there was 20 sitting there, but I updated all of them before, just because I wanted to see if anything would show up after, and there is nothing showing up after. Now we'll take a look at the Google Play update, and we'll see if there's an update sitting there. So pretty much all I do there is I go inside of the software information, and right there where it says Google Play System Update, I tap that. This right here says September 1st. So we'll see if there's a new one sitting there. So we have download and install. Sometimes you might have to do this whole download and install and restart, sometimes 1, 2, or 3 times. Sometimes if you're lucky, you only have to do it once. But what happens with these Google Play System updates is that there's always little updates happening with Android Auto or the Android watches or wearables, also the phones, and also so much more, and also tablets too. And they always give their little release updates every about like 2 weeks, because sometimes there's a few updates per month that they actually update a few things. So anyways, I'm going to see how many times we have to hit update when it comes down to the Google Play System update for the Fold 6. When it came down to the Galaxy S24 Ultra, it was only 1 update. So now when it comes down to the Google Play System update, we're sitting on October 1st. I'm going to take a look at it one more time, see if that is the latest. And it looks like for the Galaxy Z Fold 6, October 1st is the latest update that we have for the Google Play System update. Now we'll take a look at the Samsung mobile security page. This is where you'll see mostly the whole, meat and potatoes of what was up with this update. Again, usually it's sitting right around 300, 400, or 500 megabytes, but with this one being, over 1200 megabytes, I'm surprised I didn't find more than just the Samsung keyboard being updated. But here we are, November 2024. And taking a look on the very top, all of these ones right up over here is from the Google side of things. So on the Google side of things, this is what you have here. There's actually 38 of them. I just got done counting. Also, as you scroll on down, this is where you'll be able to see something that happened for Samsung Semiconductor. So there was a big Samsung Semiconductor patch. Maybe this is what held some of that storage, for this larger update. That could be it for Samsung One UI 6.1.1. And then on the Samsung side of it, there is 13 Samsung vulnerabilities and exposures that has been fixed. Now, one of them is dealing with the Samsung Semiconductor, and the other 12 are listed down here. So just kind of going through it all, it's pretty much the exact same thing that we read for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So improper access inside of contacts, improper access inside of DeX mode. So that was fixed. And then a few more things down over here. And I guess another one for Samsung or the system UI. So this was everything that was fixed on the back end of it. This is everything that you really can't see, searching through the phone. But that's pretty much everything for this update here. It is one that is probably very important to have. And maybe there's a few things that, again, I wasn't really able to find, but for the upcoming Samsung One UI 7, maybe when it comes down to the flips and the folds, with these larger screens or folding screens, maybe there's a few additional things that happen on the back end of it that, again, we are not really able to see. Now, one thing I'm going to note when it comes down to the newer version of Samsung keyboard is I think probably what they fixed, which was a problem that I had on the Z Fold 6 that I mentioned in previous videos, which was where if I was to actually have my keyboard out and if I was to kind of type a few things, and then if I hit back, one time I hit space again, and if I was to kind of type again, and if I hit on back again and then I hit this, sometimes additional letters would randomly just pop up. So all these letters would kind of ghost on in here, and it's these letters that I was not typing. So it looks as if more than likely this right here has been able to be fixed. But hopefully you guys have appreciated this video. If you guys did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.